Many years ago, a wise master said something to me that fundamentally changed the way I think about abundance and lack and our ability to create and manifest. And that's what I'd like to share with you today. Aloha, I'm David. I'm here to help you reconnect with Lemuria and remember who you truly are so that you can consciously create a life of magic and meaning. Abundance is a huge part of most people's daily lives. We are, even without realizing it, or usually without realizing it, we are going through our day, all of our experiences, and we have a constant commentary going on about what we have and what we don't have, what we like and what we don't like. And we're looking around at other people, we're looking around at the world around us, and then again, unconsciously comparing what we see with our own experience and deciding, do we like what we have? Do we have enough of what we have? Do we want more? Is there something different that we want? And usually when we talk about abundance, the first thing we go to is financial abundance, money. But abundance is a way of looking at any area of our lives, whether it's fun or opportunities or love, friendship, health and well-being, anything that we look at as important in our lives, we are unconsciously assessing what we have and then comparing it to either what other people have or what we think might be possible. So we're always looking at either an abundance or a lack of abundance about just about everything in our lives. And as I said, many years ago, a wise master said something to me that it's probably one of the most profound things I've ever heard because it just stopped me in my tracks. I'm usually thinking and trying to put things together and understand. So my thoughts are usually moving quite quickly. But when he said this, I remember almost freezing as my mind slowly started to wrap itself around what he said. Whatever you have must be enough because that's what you have. Think about that for a minute. Whatever you have in your life must be enough because that's what you have. And as I said, after a few moments of wrapping my head around it, I just felt how deeply profound that was. And I immediately resonated with it as a truth for me. If we intellectually understand that our thoughts go out into the universe and create our reality, it's an intellectual understanding. Usually we really don't feel it or we don't think through the ramifications about what that means. But in this concept of having enough, the assumption is that the universe will always provide you what you want and what you need. But you're the one that needs to define that level of enoughness, right? You are the one that decides how much you have. So the universe is always matching your expectations. We've talked about this before. Whatever you expect, the universe matches that. And whether you're looking around at your life, at your financial situation or job opportunities or number of clients that you're attracting, the level of health and well-being that you're experiencing, everything in your life where you kind of assess what you have and compare it and think about what's possible, you're always deciding what is enough for you. And the universe is just happily matching, not judging, because the universe is just there to match and manifest what you're putting out into the universe. So you get to decide how much is enough. And it's what we decide is enough is obviously it's been changing throughout our lives. Yesterday, my wife and I took a flight to the neighbor island, the big island of Hawaii, to meet an old friend of mine for lunch. And it was a really nice thing to do. But I remember there was some point in my life where the thought of getting on a plane and flying to another island just for lunch seemed like, okay, that's too much. That's extravagant. That's not even practical or possible. But fast forward to where I am in my current life, and I'm happy that my wife and I have the flexibility and the freedom to just say, yeah, okay, we're going to take this day off in the middle of the week and we're going to get on a flight and we're just going to go for lunch. So as we enjoyed our day on the big island of Hawaii yesterday, there were so many things that I was thinking about as we were flying home and driving home, thinking about how much is enough, how much fun, how much freedom. After lunch, my friend and his wife and Mamiko and I, we took a drive and went to visit Akaka Falls, which is near the town of Hilo on the Big Island. And if you ever travel to the Big Island, I highly recommend going to Akaka Falls. It's in a rainforest. It's magical. And yesterday it was drizzling and there was there was some clouds, and it was just truly magical going to this gorgeous waterfall in the middle of the rainforest. And my friend was commenting about the seemingly infinite shades of green that you could see in the rainforest. And it's true, you look out and you just can't imagine that there is any limit to the number of shades of green that nature and the universe can create for us to experience. And throughout the day, there were things that we were experiencing or talking about that got me thinking, how much is enough, when you're thinking about clients or business or revenue that you're bringing in to your life experience every year? How much is enough? How much joy and ease and well-being and freedom are you comfortable with? So I wanted to encourage you today to stop looking around at what other people decide is enough, or what your parents or other adults taught you was an appropriate amount of anything, whether it's fun or freedom or joy or relaxation or time off, whatever it is. Let go of other people's opinions about what enough is and think about what is enough for you. And whatever you see in your life right now, it must be enough because that's what you have. That's what you've manifested into your experience. It doesn't mean there's a limit. You're the only one that sets a limit on what you can attract and manifest and experience in your life. There are no hard and fast limits in the universe. They're all set by you. So when you're thinking about any aspect of your life, take a step back and say, okay, if I'm not satisfied with this current situation, meaning, okay, I do want more, you get to define how much is enough, how much more, whether it's monthly income, level of health and well-being, strength and flexibility, how much fun you have in a day, how much time off you get to relax and do things that really bring you comfort and joy. You get to decide every single aspect of your life experience, and you get to define what is enough. Whatever's happened so far in your life, it really doesn't matter. Your starting point is here in this moment. You get to use your imagination and start thinking, what is enough for me? What level or what amount or what depth of experience is enough for me? And you know that in many areas of your life, what you consider to be enough has changed. You look back and you see that. Don't limit yourself if you don't want to. Don't think small. You don't have to think small. It's not a virtue to think small. Truly, from your higher self's point of view, you do not need to think small. You can think as big as you want. And the more you practice thinking bigger, thinking about more, the more comfortable it becomes. Now, in Lemurian times, because I know you're thinking, okay, where's the Lemurian connection here? In Lemuria, we really didn't have these struggles that we have in the third dimensional world. of being human. We existed at a higher frequency and a higher dimension. We were more open and aware of non-physical and physical. And because we existed at a higher frequency, our thoughts manifested more quickly. So there wasn't so much of a buffer between our imagination and then what manifested. So we were intimately aware of that connection between our thoughts and the reality that we created with our thoughts. We were very conscious of the thoughts we chose to think because manifestation was very quick. Here in the third dimensional world, there's a buffer of time before you imagining that new house or that relationship, whatever it is, and your journey to allow that to manifest in your life. That buffer time is up to us, depending on our beliefs and resistance and whatever else we're putting in our own way. We talked about that in our last video. But in Lemurian times, we really didn't have this challenge because we understood the connection between thoughts and manifestation, and we didn't think about limits. We knew we were here as infinite creators to imagine, to create, to experience, and then imagine the next thing. That was just who we are. So given your connection with Lemuria, living in that way it's in your cellular consciousness. It's in your DNA, knowing that that's the way life works. It's just things are a little slower, denser, and different here in the human third dimension. So think about that. How much is enough? Because whatever you have at this moment in your life must be enough because that's what you have. And your job, I guess, your opportunity, there's a better word. Your opportunity is to create a new definition of what enough means. Enough in terms of financial abundance, freedom, health and well-being, opportunities, love, fun, friendship, laughter. It's all up to you. There are no outside constraints to what you can imagine and manifest for yourself. So I hope that resonates with you. I hope you get a chance to think about this and actually start to make some improvements in your life experience because you're simply redefining what it means to have enough for you. Until next time, I send you my love and light from Lemuria. Thanks for being here. Aloha.